I'm sort of going through the emotions of this election still, you know, a couple months later. But here's one thing we have to remember. Nothing has happened yet, right? So nothing has happened. The election isn't some sad thing that happened 2 months ago. It's something that's happening in the future. Donald Trump, if there was any doubt that his administration represents anything less than an all-out war on the climate, his appointments have erased that doubt. So we knew they would be bad, right? The day after the election, we knew they'd be bad. I don't think many of us standing here thought he would have the gall to appoint the CEO of Exxon to the Department of State. It's outrageous. It's unprecedented.
Unbelievable.
It's unprecedented. This is the worst slate of appointments we've ever seen in our history. And
Well, since the Civil War.
the resistance to Trump's appointments, the resistance to Trump's administration, the resistance to every climate-destroying policy the guy puts out has to be unprecedented as well. It's going to take all of us marching in the streets. It's going to take us coming back to Senator Schumer's office time and time and time again. You know, I think he wants to do the right thing. I think he's in the right place, but it's going to take a movement to get us there. It's going to take a movement here in New York. It's going to take a movement across the country. But nothing has happened yet. We can stop these terrible climate policies. We can stop these terrible appointments.
Thank you so much for coming out today and letting our senators know exactly how it is you feel about President-elect Trump's appointments to his cabinet. Absolutely some of the worst ideas I have heard in regards to a greener, more peaceful future for our planet. So, on that note, I want to say we showed up today to let our senators know that they actually have the power to reject these appointments. In particular, of Rex Tillerson, probably one of the worst appointments I have ever heard of. That's right, let him know. Let him know, guys. We're talking about a man who is the CEO of a company that has done nothing but destroy this planet for profit.
Amen.
Okay? We're talking about a man who has in the past broken the law in regards to the State Department in particular when negotiating contracts for his company. Most recently with the Kurdish government to secure contracts for his company. And when asked why he did it, he simply said, "For my shareholders." This is the same company, ladies and gentlemen, ExxonMobil, who in the 1970s and 80s spent millions of dollars denying climate change when their own scientists, who, if I may say so, actually did a good job figuring out that it does exist, spend millions of dollars on denial. But it's okay, because you know what? We woke up. We know the truth. Climate change is real. Climate change sits in our laps. It causes social, economic, and health problems for our friends and our families today, not tomorrow.
Reject Rex! Reject Rex! Reject Rex! Reject Rex! Reject Rex!
We are going to be organizing at the Women's March in Washington and in New York. There'll be a climate contingent, so look for us, look for the climate contingent in the March on Women, Women's March in New York and in Washington, D.C. And we are organizing now for April for the National March in Washington against the People's Climate March on April 29th.
Not my president! 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 Not my president!
They are requiring all of the tax returns from all of the nominees. It remains to be seen if they get them. They didn't get them from Trump. We're going to be trying very diligently to have thorough hearings on every one of the nominees. But this issue of holding up and requiring the ethics paperwork, that is very significant for everybody.